Kenya's economy is at a crossroads. The latest figures from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics paint a picture of real growth but also real struggles. I'm going to break down that in this video. Let's start with the headline numbers. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics 2026 Economic Survey, Kenya's total GDP reached 17.6 trillion in 2025. That's the size of everything, every business, every transaction, every shamba, every tech startup in the country, adding up to the 17.6 trillion shillings. The economy grew by 4.6% in real terms. That's above the global average and above most of our East African neighbors. And the economy added 717,000 new jobs. The numbers look good, but as we'll see, the story is more complicated than the headline suggests. So which parts of the economy are driving that growth? The star of 2025 was tourism and hospitality, growing at a remarkable 15.6%. That's the fastest growth of any sector. More visitors are coming to Kenya, up 6.1%, and they're spending in hotels, restaurants, game reserves, and local communities. If you are in the tourism business, 2025 was a very good year. Mining and quarrying had a dramatic comeback, growing nearly 15% after shrinking the year before. Construction rebounded strongly. Finance and insurance quietly became the single biggest contributor to GDP growth, accounting for almost 14% of the entire economy's expansion. And ICT continued its steady rise. Kenya's digital economy is growing. Now let's talk about jobs, because this is where the real story gets complicated. 700,000 new jobs sounds great, but look at the type of jobs being created. 18.1 million Kenyans, that's 85% of the entire workforce, work in the informal sector. These are hawkers, casual laborers, domestic workers, and small traders. No contracts, no pension, no sick leave. The economy is growing, but it is not generating enough formal, secure employment to match the hundreds of thousands of young Kenyans entering the job market every single year. Not everything is going well. Two critical sectors are underperforming. Agriculture, the backbone of Kenya's economy, grew just 3.1%. This sector feeds millions, employs most rural families, and accounts for more than 20% of the GDP. Yet erratic rainfall, drought, and rising input costs are holding it back. When farming suffers, families suffer. And manufacturing grew by only 2%, slowing from the previous year. Kenya has also wanted to become an industrial powerhouse, but high electricity costs, competition from cheaper imports, and limited access to credit are keeping the factories from running at full capacity. Even as GDP grows, many Kenyan families are feeling squeezed. Inflation stood at 5.6% in April 2026, driven by rising food prices, transport costs, and rents. This chart shows why that hurts. The economy is growing at 4.6%, but inflation is eating into that. When unga goes up, when cooking oil goes up, when the matatu fares go up, the people who feel it hardest are those already living on the edge. Kenya's economy can grow at 4.6% while a family in Kibera or Kisumu is cutting back on meals. That's a reality. So what needs to happen? The government projects growth of 4.7% in 2026, roughly maintaining the current pace. But projections aren't enough. For growth to actually improve lives, 5 things need to happen. Agriculture must be revitalized, with better support for smallholder farmers and investment in climate resilience. Manufacturing needs to move up the value chain, making more from what Kenya grows. Formal job creation must accelerate, not just any jobs, but jobs with security and benefits. Food inflation must be brought under control to protect the poorest households. and Kenya must invest in climate resilience because the weather is no longer predictable. In closing, the 2026 Economic Survey tells a story of a country with real momentum and real unfinished business. Kenya's economy is growing, its tourism is growing, its financial sector is one of the strongest on the continent, but for millions of Kenyans, the dividends of that growth have yet to arrive. The numbers are pointing in the right direction. The challenge now is making sure the people are too. This is the early edition. We'll see you in the next one.